Oh wow! Ah. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's brilliant! A little filling station, and it is operating. It's in use. It's an individual pump. Oh, that's brilliant! Ooh, village and castle. Ah. I'm not going there, but that's what was off to the left. Oh, that's brilliant! See, every so often when you're on these sorts of back routes, you do come across disused fuel stations, but that was a modern one in use, but just a single pump on its own. Kielder Sky Space Observatory. Well, I never. Fin Nature Reserve. Oh, look at this with all of the trees. I believe it's known as a forest. Kielder Forest, in fact. Oh, glorious. There's a body of water over to the left which you can't see on the video. I'm presuming that's Kielder water. That definitely is, because that's a lot of water over there when they're passing over an inlet. Oh, okay, didn't see him turn in, but never mind. I'm sure when I watch the video back I'll see that he probably did indicate, but I was probably busy at the time looking to the side of the water. Like an idiot. Scout camp, crikey. There's a strange smell around here. It's kind of a smell of brakes or clutch or something like that. I'm hoping it's not me, or rather my car. Don't think it would be. Wow. Oh, that is a nice view to the left. My word. Wow. Brilliant. You can't see it, but wow. would have turned the camera, but the way it's mounted, it's not particularly easy to achieve while driving. So nice bike, I presume. I mean, I'm not into bikes. I know very little about them, but it did look good. Leaplish Waterside Park. Kielder Waterside. Yeah. Perhaps I should have gone in there and parked up by the water for the view. To check my phone. I didn't. Well, at some point I believe we come out onto the A68, which will take us back up over Kielder Bar. And that is nice, because I do like that route. Anchorage water ski school. Crikey. Well, they're not wrong when they say that Kielder Forest is indeed a forest, because it is indeed a forest, as is evident by the fact that this is a forest. Yes. Outdoor Education Centre. Yeah, I mean the lake, the water is still to the left, and I keep getting a view when there's a break in the trees or the ground. Yep, it's still there and it's still good, and you still can't see it when I can. Kirk Viewpoint. I don't know why I thought it was Waterpoint, is it? Elfkirk Viewpoint. Again, I could have gone up there and you could get a view. Oh, I'm rubbish at making videos. Centre, that might mean I have to pay. Yeah, that is actually a whole visitor centre there, rather than just a viewing point, so I should carry on. Car park, but I'm going too fast to slow down to pull in, and they're not speeding up at all. Okay. Mind you, it does get twisty now, apparently. Northumberland National Park. Well, it makes a change to be sat behind cyclists when the cyclists are in the car. What are you doing? Perhaps they are looking to turn off to somewhere else, which is why they're taking it steady. Pheasant Inn. For a moment, from a distance, I thought that sign said Premier Inn. I thought, no chance, not here, surely. And I was right, no chance, not here, surely. It's Pheasant Inn. Presumably, it's just it's a wee, like, kind of like a boarding house, pub and bed and breakfast or something of that nature, probably. Vaping cough. Once more, as referred to earlier. Way bit speedy there. Yeah, living in a time when it seems correct to make the point that is just a vaping cough. It's a crazy time to live. It really is. Well, okay, it's not that crazy actually. It's not. You know, it's not like we're in wartime or anything, but it's just, it is weird. It is most weird. And it's a strange one for me because my life has barely changed much, to be honest. Even during the lockdown from March to July. The only difference in my life was that I did not go to work for those 3 months. Every other aspect of my life remained the same, which means that for the last kind of 3 years, I've had really rather a quiet, kind of isolated experience. So I am a professional at social distancing. I've been practicing for a long time without realising it was going to be needed. I appear to have practiced for a long time. But it's still difficult though, because I wanted to try to make some form of efforts to become a little less isolated and to get out and meet people a bit more. But this year is really rather kind of like kick that to the dirt, to be honest. But at least I've now kind of got like a legitimate reason to say, hey, yeah, I'm quite isolated. I don't particularly meet people very much at all. It's for the good of society, the good of humanity. That I am pretty isolated. Yes, that's the reason. Definitely not because I'm just weird and really quite painfully successful or awkward at quite painfully unskilled at peopling, basically, is that's kind of the word there. Peopling, yes. A word that isn't technically a word, but is a word that people use, and it does work. And winter is going to be interesting. Who knows what's going to happen? Burn, yep, so I carry on round. Yeah, what's winter going to bring? Roadworks suspended until further notice. Right, fine, okay. Could just not have the sign there at all, I suppose, but fair enough. Yeah, I mean, there was the kind of the initial peak rise of the virus in March, and then of course the action was taken to lock down, and it lasted longer than was envisaged. But then things kind of got under control, and those drainage grills are proud from the road surface. And then it got relatively under control, and then we kind of all started going back to work and doing things. I know some people haven't, unfortunately, but most kind of sectors, most industries, people were back at work, and things were kind of relatively quiet in terms of the pandemic. But then, kind of the 6 weeks of the summer were pretty hot, and viruses do not like heat. Well, they don't like anything because they're not sentient beings. They have no power of thought. But no, heat is good at. Oh, wrong gear. We'll ignore the fact that I just did that. Donkley Wood. There's a place off to the left called Donkley Wood, not Donkey Wood. Donkley Wood. That's hilarious. Most hilarious indeed. What was I even saying? Yeah, the viruses do not cope well, do not last well with heat. So summer, I think, was pretty good at helping to keep things under control. But now it's cooling down, of course, although it's still quite warm during the majority of the day. Of course, it's the mornings and evenings and night times are getting pretty cold. And then when we get into winter, when it will be cold all the time, Yeah, God knows what's going to happen. And if you're one of those people that believes that it's all a hoax and it's planned and it is a pandemic and it's been engineered by Bill Gates and the global elite, then quite frankly you're an utter idiot. Okay, I don't want that then. Oh my God. Right, okay, there's nobody behind me. There's still nobody around, but I'll indicate anyway. Because that says road ahead closed. And yeah, there's been enough of that already. So this is turning out to be an incredibly interesting journey. Yes. Yeah, so we'll see what happens through the winter. Yeah, if you're one of the utter penises that thinks that it's planned and that it's a hoax, then you're a psychopath, quite frankly. And I don't even mean that in a humorous way. I genuinely mean you are a psychopath. So who knows what's going to happen with this genuinely real, actual biological situation, which actually exists, whether we like it or not. And no matter what crap to the contrary might be published out there on social media and YouTube. Well, it is getting a bit hilly now, isn't it? But they just stopped, or perhaps they're stopping to look for directions. Was that the car that was in front of me? No, it's somebody else, isn't it? I can't remember. I've breathed since then. It was like 2 minutes ago. I can't remember what car was in front of me, apart from a car. Oh, this is most interesting. To get a view? Well, it is literally a view. I wasn't sure what to expect, just coming up that rise. This is nice though, these sorts of roads are fantastic. Not really small roads, but just the route itself. These sorts of routes, I just love it. I love it. I much prefer these sorts of roads to the big A roads and motorways and dual carriageways. I really do. That's alright. If you want to be somewhere more quickly, then use the big roads. But otherwise, yes. That's it. Just yes. These sorts of roads to me are yes. Well, it's certainly making the journey longer than it was going to be. Never mind. Right. Left. Nobody coming. Whoa, this is a magical mystery tour. Roll up for the magical mystery tour. Step right this way. Expecting a tight bend. Signs you deceive me. It's probably because you can't see the bend because of that that hill before it, so they're trying to slow you down more than required just to stop you taking off and landing in the field. Crikey, look at the size of that cow. Way, that's a big one. There's a lot of milk there. That's utterly impressive. Have one of those. I don't know if it's picking it up so well on the video, but there's a cloud ahead that's just like it's a rectangular cloud pretty much. Wow. Oh, now look at this. Oh yes. Oh, this is what life is about. Look at the view. This is most glorious. Declination. Right, I'm guessing that road that I'm going to meet in a minute up ahead is the A68, in which case I shall be turning left. Oh, this is roller coastery. I love it. Whee! Nice little double up. Now I've got roller coaster geometry in my head. That's never a good thing. It distracts me from every other aspect of life. Yep, I want to turn left. And there's nobody coming. .4,000 revs, third gear. .50 mph, 4,000 revs, fourth gear. Come on. There's 60 and there's fifth. Splendid. So this stretch of road has featured in a video before that I've got on YouTube. It will have been the last part of the series I did of the drive back from visiting my parents on the 16th of March, before we went into lockdown. And I came up via the most circuitous back route from where they are at the bottom of Cumbria. It took literally twice as long to do pretty much the same distance, because I took all of the little roads, which included going up over the Hartside Pass, which was brilliant. Yeah, he looked a bit of a dick. Anyway, so yeah, this featured in the last of the series of those videos that's online. There was going to be another couple of videos for the rest of the route to get back home, but unfortunately I managed to delete the files when I was cleaning up a storage drive. I was getting rid of a load of stuff from previous videos over the years, but we're taking up a lot of space, because a lot of the videos were 4K resolution, and I don't currently record in 4K because well, I've not got the internet connection to be able to upload huge files at the moment, so I've not bothered with 4K for a while. But I was getting rid of a load of stuff that I don't need anymore, because the videos have already been edited and they're done and dusted and online and whatever. So in the pursuit of getting rid of those videos, I accidentally deleted the source files for that last bit of the journey. Whee! 5,000 revs in second gear. Oh yes. And the car behind is like, oh come on, go faster. And I'm like, yo, I've got a 1.4 Mark 5 Astra. That's the fastest I can accelerate. You bugger. Just because you've got an Audi. If you want to get past, there's going to be plenty of opportunity. Although I am doing the speed limit, so if you do go past, then you're a knob. Come on, now's your chance. Go on, go on, go on. Yeah. Good for you, son. Although you look quite a bit older than me. Oh, and you've got some weird stripes on the back. Are you some sort of official? From some sort of organisation? Breaking the speed limit? Oh, dreadful. Could be a doctor, I suppose, or somebody of that ilk. I've no idea, and I shouldn't care, and I don't, to be honest. It was just something to comment on. Give it a bit more of that, because a fly just hit the screen, but it won't do anything. No, it's just left stuff spray on the windscreen there. That's nice. So yeah, the last part of the drive, that was the bit from Kielder Bar, which we'll get to soon, from Kielder Bar back home to Coldstream. The video files for that got deleted accidentally. I thought I'd put them somewhere else, so they weren't in the same part on that drive as the older stuff, but unfortunately they weren't. So when I nuked it, I nuked those files as well. So I might well record. I could record the rest of that bit of route today. Although I was hoping to put music back on once I've got to a certain point, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll record the whole thing and then curse myself when editing and when spending several days to upload. I will, however, stop off at Kielder Bar just to check that voicemail that I got earlier, because there should now be phone signal. I'd be very surprised if there isn't. Last cafe in England. Closed. Oh, is that the army? That is the army. Hello, army. Goodbye, army. Well, that was entertaining. Well, I should technically be home now, but since I decided to do a silly route that got even more unintentionally silly in an unplanned manner, because of the roadworks and such that I was not aware of, I'm not home yet. I don't particularly mind because I've got nothing really to do, but yeah. They were a little bit fast and they're overtaking that logging truck now in my very rearview mirror. Yeah, that windscreen is utterly dire. I've got to give it a proper wash. I did have a microfiber cloth somewhere, but I've got no idea where it went. It may well be in a bag in the boot somewhere. So I might give, if I find that, I might try and polish the windscreen up before doing another video tomorrow. I think if there hadn't been another road closure on that smaller road from Kielder, I would have turned the junction that we went past just a couple of moments ago. I probably would have come out of there to get onto here. And there we go. Yes, because I think now on this road we go past the other side of the water, I think. I should know, I've driven this route a few times. disused petrol station before. I've just noted the signs on the thing there. The price for diesel was something like 70p a litre, and I'm pretty sure that petrol was 11 pence a litre. So that shows that that place has been closed for some time. Although that is rather a discrepancy between 11 and 70, but I guess at the time when it was last used, perhaps that's what the difference was. It's obviously quite some years ago. Yep, there's Kielder Water to the left. Once more to the left, but we're now on the other side, going in the other direction. That sounds quite right. It would be, because it's the sun. It's the only one we've got. Right, we shall stop off at the viewpoint, and I shall check my phone. I'm not sure if I've got enough space on the... I've got an hour and 22 minutes left of space, so there should be enough actually to do the rest of the journey back. There we go. Welcome to Scotland. Splendid. Interesting tyre tracks there. Oh, park. As per the markings that kind of exist.